23, but he's already a 6-year ring veteran, and he feels his time is now. He fought his way to the USBA lightweight title by stepping up in competition and performing well, even here in a disputed draw with Ricky Myers. 2 wins followed the draw, and then Sergey Artemiev was the foe for the title bout. By the 10th, the patented Griffith body attack had taken its toll, and Artemiev was in trouble. This bittersweet knockout win led to a serious brain injury for Artemiev, which he has since recovered from. But Carl boxed on in his bid for a world title, and journeyman Roland Cummings felt his wrath until a bad cut stopped the bout in the 7th. But a win over Cummings won't get you a world title shot, but maybe tonight's match will do the trick.
Fighting Roger Mayweather, I've seen him fight a lot of times. He's had a lot of hard fights, so by beating him, it's going to knock me way up there.
I'm a complete fighter. That means I can do whatever I need to do to win. Whether it be boxing, whether it be punching, or whether it's simply out smarting the guy I'm fighting.
Amazing poise of this 21-year-old in the black trunks, Roger Mayweather. Right hand, and Carl Sparrow's knees buckled. Sparrow takes a good look, and takes a third right hand. This dramatic beginning to the Roger Mayweather saga gave us a clue to the excitement Roger would bring to boxing for over a decade. He won world championships in 2 weight divisions and battled just about everyone of note from 130 to 140 pounds. This WBC super lightweight title defense against Harold Brazier typifies Mayweather's career. He won an exciting split decision. Of more recent vintage was his surprisingly easy win over former lightweight champ Razai Bramble. Then, with a WBO title shot hanging in the balance, he took on Zach Padilla. As usual, it was a great bout, but Roger lost the split decision. He assures us he does not expect the same fate tonight when he takes on Carl Griffith.
I am not coming here to lay down, or I'm not coming here to be an opponent. I'm not an opponent for Carl Griffith. Carl Griffith is an opponent for me. I proved myself over the past 10, 12 years of what my capabilities was, so I don't think that I have to justify anything but to do what I have to do on tonight.
Well, we have a tendency to overuse the term must win, but I'll tell you what, for Roger Mayweather, this is a must win. He's got to have it. And Carl Griffith has got to have it if he wants to take that next step. And the next step for him could be a shot at a world championship. So now let's talk about the AutoZone keys to victory.
We have Carl Griffith. I think he's got to weather the early rounds. He's not a quick starter. Going downstairs, got to work the body of Roger Mayweather. For Mayweather, the right hand is always the key. He's got a terrific right hand and can't fade in the later rounds as he did against Padilla, no matter what he says.
All right, what's left then is to get on with it. And to do that, here's Danny Valdivia. Danny?
Top Rank Boxing Incorporated, ESPN, and Budweiser, the undisputed king of beers, present Top Rank Boxing's main event of the evening, super lightweights, 10 rounds. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Dr. Elias Ghanem, chairman. Boxing commissioners in attendance, Dr. James Nave, Bruce Lane, Luther Mack, Nat Carasoli. In charge of officials at ringside, Chief Inspector Mark Ratner. Judging our main event, Patricia Jarman, Bill Graham, Davey Pearl. Our third man in the ring, Carlos Padilla. In the red corner to my right, wearing blue trunks with white trim, at 140.5 pounds, from Lorain, Ohio, with a record of 28 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 12 wins by knockout, the current USBA lightweight champion, Carl "Stuff" Griffith. And across the ring in the blue corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, at 142 pounds, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, a professional record of 43 wins, 9 losses, 28 big wins by knockout, former 2-time champion of the world, Roger Black Mamba Mayweather.
Okay, you're already given instructions in the respective dressing room. Any question? Seconds come out fighting.
So there's a look at Carl Griffith. And in the other corner, Roger Mayweather. expect a good fight, and really I'll be surprised if it's not, Al.
Yeah, about the only thing I think that could mar this is somebody got cut early or something strange happened. Mayweather trying to intimidate Carl Griffith a little bit. The stare down. Griffith not looking. Carl has added that goatee a little bit. I don't think he had that in the last
No,
fight,
I don't believe he did. No, it gives him actually a completely different appearance.
Kind of a Maynard G. Krebs kind of a look.
Yeah.
It's like excellent.
Names of his whole family on his trunks. Angie on the back, Cody on the bottom of his trunks, and Stuff on the front of his trunks.
Got to do something about that nickname. Carl Griffith is a very fine fighter and a great guy, but I just can't live with that nickname Stuff. Just doesn't do it. There's the right by Mayweather. Now, early in this fight, that is the weapon that he wants to get in. But remember, he got it in against Zach Padilla. Even had Padilla maybe stunned, but Padilla didn't go anywhere and ultimately was able to get something done against him.
And there's a big cut over the left eye of Griffith.
Well, there you go. See, that's... Boy, that was the one thing I said could be a problem in this fight, and already it's a problem for Griffith.
It's a very bad cut. Very bad cut.
And I probably did come from that right hand of Mayweather because they really haven't clashed heads. So this early rounds, I said that's when Mayweather's dangerous.
They're really going to have some work to do on that. Halfway through the first round. What a shame. And I don't mean a shame in any sort of a rooting sense. You just want to see a good fight, and that is going to have an effect on it.
Unless they can do some terrific work cut-wise in the corner, which maybe they can. We've seen men do work on cuts. Now, you see Carl Griffith, now he's going after Mayweather a little bit more, a little bit in desperation. But let's not write it off because they may still get to close that cut and control the bleeding.
Cut is in a bad place. Not that any cut is in a good place, but this one's above the eye. And he's in there against the guy who can exploit that.
Yeah, Roger Mayweather, a very accurate puncher, and that right hand can hone in on that left eye. But you know what, Barry? That cut hasn't gotten any worse so far in this first round, really. So he may catch a break here where if Mayweather doesn't tag it with any more right hands, they may be able to do some good with it. And remember, as we pointed out, Carl Griffith never does start too quickly anyway.
I'll give another, as we pointed out. Almost every cut man in America will tell you you need to give it a couple of rounds. So Carl Griffith might be advised to do what he usually does, and that is start out slowly. Going into Griffith's corner.
Chance to work with it. You okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Hey, you got to get behind his jab, okay? You're sitting out there trying to defense it too much. Okay. And what's happening with that is then he's being able to set the right hand up a little bit, okay? Now, you got a double jab yourself in, and I need some 1-2s on him, all right?
Okay. Calm corner in there, and why not? There's the jab and the right hand. And I would say the right probably is the one that created the cut.
Yeah, both got there, right on the eye.
And from another angle, we get even a better view. Yeah, boy, those were the two excellent shots by Roger Mayweather. Calm in Carl Griffith's corner. Tom Gray talking to him. Griffith himself says no problem. Oh, you know what? Maybe that lace, if it didn't create the cut, certainly helped exacerbate the situation.
Great replays by our ace crew here in Las Vegas.
As always. They want him to get inside that jab of Mayweather. And they really want Griffith to start working the body. It's amazing, isn't it? Every time we see Carl Griffith, he looks like a different fighter after the third round. Like here, he's a little clumsy, he's a little awkward. Everything starts to flow for him after the third round.
That's true.
Remember Artemiev picking him apart for the first round or two?
He got stronger as the fight went on.
And Artemiev's style very similar to Roger Mayweather.
Come on, Taylor.
Come on, Professor. Two more time, man. Come on, Professor. Mayweather doing a very, very effective job of using his jab, and he's got a great jab anyway, and looking to drop the right hand in behind.
Looping right hand from Griffith. Nice combination. Did drop the right hand in and dropped Griffith with it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Boy, that was classic stuff. The jab and the right hand right behind him.
Vintage Roger Mayweather, that's what he does best. And Carl Griffith, I don't know if we've ever seen him down before, now that I think about it. But when Roger hits you with that right hand the right way, you'll go down. And for, as I said in the keys to victory, for Griffith, getting through the first few rounds was important. Well, he's had a couple of near disasters, a bad cut, being knocked down.
Does the uppercut nicely. Mayweather really on target early in this fight.
As is usually the case.
End of round number 2, and 2 excellent rounds for the veteran Roger Mayweather. Look at that.
And here with an excellent right hand to the temple that hurt Griffith. And you know, he went down as a tactical move there, I believe. And here at the end of the round ends. No, there's the knockdown. There's the knockdown. And you'll see, I think he went down as a tactical move there, Barry, just to clear his head. Carl Griffith making a smart. Now here's the end of the round, where it ends, and Mayweather decides to do some woofing against Griffith. Roger's in a pretty surly mood today, period.
Yes, it's a fight that he knows he has to have. I mean, I really believe, we always talk about last hurrahs, but honestly, I believe it is for Roger Mayweather if he doesn't win.
And boy, Roger Mayweather's got that jab working well. 45 of 78 he's landed. Griffith has landed 16 of 69.
Another good right hand from Mayweather.
Well, if Carl Griffith is going to get back in this fight, he's going to have to do it on the inside, where he can work the body and do what he does best.
Now that cut has opened up again. Not terribly, but...
Come on, Jack. Bring it up. Let's go.
When Roger Mayweather is allowed to stay on the outside and use that reach and the height and the jab against an opponent like this, he's very Tommy Hearns-like, isn't he?
Yes.
Always has been. He can get the job done. And Roger's doing a very good job of tying Griffith up on the inside.
Came with the right hand behind the jab, was just a little short with it.
And he is keeping Carl Griffith on the end of his punches. Not where Carl wants to be, certainly. One of the things that Griffith isn't doing is using the double jab to walk his way in, where he can then work inside.
The thing about this fight for Mayweather, too, is if he wins it, it's not only a career prolonger, but it puts him right back into a title chase, I would have to think, because the loss to Zach Padilla was certainly not one that that you put in the category of embarrassing. It was a very close fight.
Extremely close. And there are junior welterweights galore out there. There's Charles Murray, who just won a title. Padilla himself, who I'm sure Mayweather would like to have a rematch with, and you could sell that easily. First fight was very exciting.
End of round number 3, and again, Mayweather really sort of dictating what's going on in this fight so far.
End of the last round. Here it is. Well, you know what? If he keeps doing that, he's done it 2 rounds in a row. Guess what? They may take a point away from him because it's really unnecessary. He's fighting a great fight, Roger.
He is fighting a great fight. He's in a very hostile mood, as you said.
He just is. There's no other way around it. He's mad because he didn't get the decision against Padilla, and feels he won it. Close fight. Doesn't think he was given his just due on the broadcast side. And in the paper, there was a quote where he said Carl Griffith has no chance to win this fight. So he's confident. He's still chatting with Carl Griffith.
Left hand knocked Griffith sideways. Mayweather's punches clean, sharp.
Very excellent performance. And you know, the interesting thing is this is when you see Roger Mayweather, when he isn't pressed by a guy or can keep a guy on the outside of his punches, this is just what he does, and he does it great. And this went off here in Las Vegas in terms of odds as a totally even fight. The defense of Mayweather, excellent in this bout. He's nullified pretty much everything that Griffith has thrown or tried to throw. When you talk about Roger Mayweather fading a bit in later rounds, that happens in fights when he's pressed. If he's allowed to do this throughout, then the likelihood is he won't suffer from some of the problems he's had in later rounds. We'll see. Carl Griffith really can't figure out how to get inside on Mayweather.
And Mayweather continues to talk to him.
Mayweather's the punk. Keep popping.
Left hand from Williams rocks. But Griffith rocks Mayweather. And now Griffith jumps on Mayweather, who is hurt, takes another big uppercut. And how this fight changed.
Well, it reminds me of the fight with Freddie Pendleton some years ago when it all changed and Pendleton knocked Mayweather out. We'll see if Griffith can do it.
Mayweather is still hurt. And still hurt as he goes back to his corner.
All right, champ, don't play with it.
Use your stick, champ. Use your stick. Keep your hands up and use your stick. That's all you gotta do to him. Okay. Keep your hands up and use your stick, okay? That's all you gotta do.
Here's where Carl Griffith caught lightning in a bottle. Left hook. Didn't really look like it landed that flush, but obviously it did, and he did a pretty good job here of landing some other shots. Good short left hook. And Mayweather against the ropes. Boy, it was reminiscent of that Freddie Pendleton fight when Pendleton knocked him out in the 6th round. He went into the ropes just like that. The difference is Pendleton was able to put him away. In this case, he gets a minute rest. We'll see how fresh Roger Mayweather is.
He went back on rubber legs. He was, however, as you heard, conversing with his corner. So we'll see. Mayweather comes back fighting, and Griffith mocks him.
Carl Griffith says, it's my turn now. See, but now here's the important thing. They're fighting on the inside. Griffith is where he wants to be right now. Where he can throw those left left hooks on the inside. And now he knows he can hurt Mayweather with that left hook. And the cut, not a factor over the left eye of Carl Griffith.
In Mayweather's corner, they told him just use the jab. That's all you have to do. And he is trying to do that.
And now Griffith getting there with the jab a little bit. You can see the building blocks of what Carl Griffith is trying to do here. Now, he's not doing it as consistently, I don't think, as they would like. But still, you can feel the subtle changes here. Though I think still, from Mayweather's standpoint, he's kind of happy that this thing is being fought on the outside right now.
Good jab by Mayweather.
Right hand got there a little bit by Griffith. You see, the jab at least set that up for him. Now some blood from the left eye of Carl Griffith. And Mayweather doing a very good job of pinpointing it with that jab. Different expression on Roger Mayweather's face now, isn't it?
A little more business oriented.
A little more serious. No mocking, no taunting, no talking. And Mayweather may well be stealing this round with those jabs. Carl Griffith's going to have to get inside where he can muscle Mayweather. You get right there where he can throw those hooks. Mayweather doing a marvelous job of tying Griffith up on the inside. Very important tool for him.
He's fighting the fight of a veteran. There's no question about it. Good right hand again from Griffith. We'll be back.
Right hand looks for all the world like it lands, but it really doesn't. But you can see that was set up by the jabs of Griffith, and he's getting closer with that punch.
He is getting closer, getting much more into the range that he wants to be. And I think the answer to this whole puzzle will be in Roger Mayweather's legs. Not in his punching power, not in his given abilities, but in his legs.
And I'll tell you what, if I were Carl Griffith now, I would be rushing in and bullying Mayweather around the ring. There's that hook, which is a big weapon. Now, here's where he gets a bad break. Carlos Padilla is a very active referee when you're on the inside. Carl Griffith wants that activity to continue as long as he can. And now he's going to the body, a very important thing for Carl Griffith. Yeah, that's what he wants to do. And less movement from Roger Mayweather right now. This is a really key juncture in this fight for Mayweather. He's got to get through these middle rounds without taking a lot of punishment to the body.
Nice hook from Mayweather. Mayweather's hands are still as quick. As I said, I really believe the question is in his legs, not his hands.
And just to mention my scoring, I have Roger Mayweather ahead 48-45 in this fight. 3-point margin for him. Mayweather doing some effective boxing, but there's the hook by Griffith. He wants that hook, and he's landing it.
He was a little bit short with the big one, though.
That's what Zach Padilla landed so often against Mayweather. Here's the double jab by Griffith trying to work his way in. This has been a very close round. Don't you get the feeling, though, that you think Griffith has one big punch in him that could have stunned Mayweather again?
I really do, and I also think that he's getting a little bit more into range. And that's to take nothing away from what Mayweather has done. In fact, I have him in front by 4 points.
This one a pivotal round, a very close round. Good body work early by Griffith, some good work in the middle part of the round by Mayweather, and then Griffith has come on toward the end. And Carl Griffith's still staying too far outside, I think, for his own purposes.
Good work by Mayweather at the end of the round, and that might have been enough for him to steal this 6th round. We'll be back. And Carl Griffith is in a situation now where he's going to have to get things turned in a big hurry if he's to win a decision.
And the total numbers in the fight through 6 rounds, Roger Mayweather has landed 167 punches, and Carl Griffith 117 according to Punch Profile. Mayweather has thrown 295, Griffith has thrown 369. And I might add that Roger didn't vent all his wrath on me. He didn't like the punch numbers either from the last video fight. There's that hook. Carl Griffith, in my mind, there's one thing that he needs to do and keep doing, and that's crank that left hook. That's the punch that'll win for him. To the body, that's it, just like that. To the body and the head. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, or even just get into a brawl. A brawl would be just fine.
Yeah, and the inside. Right. That's what he's doing here. And that hook is important because it's the one punch he knows he's going to land against Mayweather.
Now, to Mayweather's credit, the jab has kept Griffith off of him for a good part of this fight.
And the other thing Griffith should do, which he started, is the body work. We have not seen the holding and hitting there by Mayweather. We have not seen the left hook to the body from Griffith as much as he usually likes to throw it. Part of that's due to Mayweather. He's been very clever at making that punch nullifying it. And that left hook was telegraphed by Griffith from way outside. Carl Griffith, I agree with you, Barry. He's got to turn this into a brawl, get in there, and just do kind of what he's doing, but he just needs to be a little more pinpoint with his punches. And for Roger Mayweather's standpoint, he's done a pretty darn good job of holding, grabbing, clutching,
precisely,
landing a shot here and there. I don't know that he's winning the 7th, Mayweather. He might not be, but he's not losing it bad enough to worry about it.
Experience is going a long way towards Roger Mayweather's building this lead, and you just said it. When every time Griffith does throw caution to the wind and step in, Mayweather grabs both his arms with his elbows.
And Roger Mayweather, who has fought literally everybody in the junior lightweight, and junior welterweight division, he's been in against so many people, he knows just about everything there is in that ring. Griffith's making a huge mistake here by laying back so much. And he may have won this 7th round. I would say he did, but I don't know that he could take it for granted.
And he is also telegraphing the left hand, as you said.
But notice Mayweather unable to counter him when he did that. A sign that Mayweather's slower.
That was a good shot by Mayweather. Straight right hand at the end of round 7.
With the kind of combination we saw a lot of early in the fight, then a little holding and hitting. As he holds Griffith, hits him with an uppercut, and gets the appropriate warning from Carlos Padilla. Griffith landing 19 punches in the last round, Mayweather 17, a slight edge for Carl Griffith.
And a nice left hook a moment ago by Roger Mayweather.
Mayweather very adept at not allowing fighters to land the left hook on him. He has a way of turning his body. There's the body work by Griffith. He wants more of that. I have got Mayweather leading 67-64 in this bout. 3-point edge for him.
Swelling to go with that cut over the left eye of Griffith now.
Nice combinations by Roger Mayweather. Somewhat reminiscent of what happened early in the fight. Griffith's offense has been very sporadic here. And Carl Griffith will rue the... Oh, nice right. He will rue the fact that when he got Mayweather in trouble, it was right toward the end of the round. And didn't have time to follow up on it.
But just that indication that he could get that close with that right hand is indication enough that there's still a chance. Mayweather still working the jab very well and still generating some power. And fighting a very crafty fight. Right hand from Griffith did get there. Body shot from Mayweather offsets it.
And Carl Griffith making a huge mistake here. Not brawling on the inside. Not trying to crank that left hook up and not firing back at Mayweather. Looking for one punch, it seems. Rogers, it seems, doing just enough in this round. I mean, it's a very close round. But the sharper punches, I think, belong to Mayweather.
Better too. So Mayweather continuing to build up points and fighting a very intelligent fight so far. We'll be back. Round, and there's a right hand from Griffith, and right out of the box, Griffith jumps on Mayweather.
Well, he knows what the story is. Oh, big break for Roger Mayweather.
Stay there.
His glove just broke.
What's this? Okay. Fire.
Well, it's Vaseline. I thought his glove broke, and I thought they were going to have to stop the action. Because that's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's what Carlos Padilla thought too. Even so, it gave Mayweather a little chance for a blow, and he holds and hits again.
Yeah, and you know what? If I was Griffith, I'll tell you what. This is your moment here. This is, your chance to get close to a world title. I even think that, Mayweather's holding and hitting. I'd really use some roughhouse tactics here when you're on the inside, because you got a tired fighter in front of you in Roger Mayweather.
Not, frankly, as tired as I thought Mayweather was going to be at this
No,
juncture.
he's hanging in there, but you know that he's not moving quite as much, not throwing the same kind of combination, so it's clearly not in the same shape as he was before he got hurt in the fourth round. The fifth round, was it the fifth or fourth round that he got there?
Okay, bring it up. Let's go. Let's go.
And again, you see Mayweather's tactic, and it's not a bad idea. As soon as Griffith gets inside, he just clamps the elbow down.
See, and Griffith continuing to punch until Padilla physically gets between them. That's a good idea on his part.
But he can only punch with one hand.
But the left is all he needs.
True.
That's the one that's going to get there for him.
Nice uppercut by Mayweather.
Also, Carl Griffith's making a serious tactical error. He should be stepping to his left where that left hook can do him some good. He's standing in the wrong position. A lot of holding by Mayweather.
I think now Mayweather is getting a little bit tired, and Griffith is getting inside much more easily. Now, whether or not he can convert that into anything remains to be seen.
Probably Griffith's winning this round, but I don't know if he can get a decision by just winning these last two rounds if he would. Now here's the ploy that Mayweather used against Livingstone Bramble, turning his shoulder away to make a right hand almost impossible to land, forcing you to try and land the left hook.
End of round number 9, and Carl Griffith is running out of time. He's got 3 minutes left. We'll be back. Take us next week down to the Bayou. And Frankie Swindell, a guy who is in the role of spoiler, but a guy who can convert that if he's right.
The numbers as we go into this 10th round. Roger Mayweather landing 236 of 439. Griffith landing 187 of 571. I guess today Roger Mayweather will like the punch profile guys, Bob and Logan.
That's fun, okay? One more time.
Now, Carlos Padilla with Mayweather.
Griffith going for it. He's got to. And Roger Mayweather's doing a very good job. Now, the more Mayweather throws his left hook, the more he can be hit by Griffith. So it's interesting.
And Griffith now getting into a brawl, which is, again, not a bad idea at this juncture.
That's the best idea for him because it's probably his only chance to win this fight, I would assume. And in fact, I have Mayweather had 86-83.
I've got it 87-83.
So you've got it even more, and certainly the judges could have it your way. Either way, I would think Mayweather's ahead in this fight. Hear that, Roger? You're ahead in this fight. I said it loud enough for the judges.
Tell the judges.
He knows I'm influencing him. There's the hooks to the body that Griffith wanted, but Roger coming back with a very fine left hook of his own. But right now, Carl Griffith is praying, wishing this fight were a 12-round fight, isn't he? Because he's starting to get the tempo the way he wants it, and of course he's probably a little bit fatigued himself.
Yeah, I think there's no question Roger Mayweather got himself ready to fight this fight.
Yeah, he really did, because he's been fresh enough in these last few rounds. And he's throwing some sharp punches here in this last round.
Double left hook.
Mayweather holding, I mean, you know, Padilla could have taken a point away at some point, but I know he didn't want to impact this fight that way.
Mayweather standing there talking.
Talking to our cameraman.
Larry Wood. And it's going to end on a high note.
And some very good counterpunching by Mayweather off those ropes. Well, now Roger's got the bravado back. He's talking to the crowd.
He's talking to whoever listened. I know Larry wasn't listening to him.
He's too busy shooting the shot. Well, Roger Mayweather performing well here in the 10th round. Fine uppercuts.
Good round for Mayweather. I think he put an exclamation point on this one.
And should have probably...
Thought he went in there with a plan, and he executed the plan pretty well.
Well, he really did, and he did not fade in the later rounds as badly as he has in some instances. And as a result, and there's Tom Gray, who is giving Carlos Padilla a lecture, the trainer of Carl Griffith. He thinks Carlos Padilla let this man, Roger Mayweather, get away with a lot. There's Tom. He not too happy.
And he may have a valid point, except that I don't think it's going to make any difference in the outcome. Well, a reminder,
Pearl scored about 98-93. Patricia Jarman scored about 97-93. Judge Bill Graham scored about 95-93. The winner by unanimous decision, Roger Black Mamba Mayweather.
So Roger Mayweather is a winner, and he went in there with a plan. He executed the plan.
He did indeed, and Carl Griffith could never quite get his punches off. Good win by Mayweather.
And a wrap for us, my partner Al Burns.